Macy's is getting rocked. What does the marketplace value prop deliver time and time again? The widest product catalog selection. You need to embrace the marketplace model, which these department stores just simply aren't doing. In other bad news for US retail is what's happening with Macy's. Macy's shares sink. They're having to discount a bunch of inventory. They're blaming it on tourism dropping. I mean, it's kind of a joke. I was trying to poke around on this, right? Let's do a little comparison here. I took some screenshots. You go to Macys.com, you look at women's clothing. You punch in women's clothing. I got 36,600 results. I was just trying to figure out how many SKUs, how much stuff does Macy's sell? Let's just say they're not selling more than 3 or 4 million SKUs. If they've got 36,000 of women's clothing, if that's 10% of the product catalog, which I think is generous, I'd say women's clothing is much more than 10% of the stuff that Macy's is selling, certainly probably by like a revenue basis. Okay, so then I popped on over to Amazon and I said, okay, well, I am now in women's clothing. And then Amazon breaks it out a little bit differently. Now I'm in dresses, and now I'm in casual. Okay, there's club and night out, cocktail, formal, work, and wedding dress. Wow. And then there's like 20 other categories of different types of women's clothing. Casual women's dresses has 18,000 products. Okay, it's 50% of all of the stuff that Macy's has total for women's clothing. I mean, there's no comparison here. What does the marketplace value prop deliver time and time again? The widest product catalog selection, the widest array of selection to the customer, and the best prices. Macy's is getting rocked, and we're seeing it in these results. Their shares are, down over 10%. And here's the irony. Let's go back to these fake e-commerce numbers. These numbers are correct, though, because Macy's doesn't really have GMV. That's the problem. So they're saying Macy's has $6.6 billion in e-commerce in the US. They're the number 7 player. You would think that Macy's would try and figure out how to let third-party sellers add inventory into Macy's, right? If we read some of these reports on why Macy's is in so much trouble. There's a part in this article here from May. As department stores' troubles have grown, brands urge to be independent. Brands no longer trust that department stores won't slash their inventory, yada, yada, yada. They're building out their own websites. What it's saying is there are all these direct-to-consumer brands. All of these brands are now selling online first. And who introduced that possibility? Amazon. I can now build a consumer product, a clothing business, and I can just sell directly on Amazon. I don't need to now deal with having to get distribution through Macy's or all these department stores. And so Ralph Lauren is closing a quarter of its, the little kind of like boutiques that they have within the department stores like Macy's. So all of this is going away. And you need to embrace the marketplace model, which these department stores just simply aren't doing. Walmart is doing it. I wouldn't say that the marketplace dynamic is the only thing that is making Walmart's rebound story successful, but it's a very powerful dynamic of it. Other stuff that's helping Walmart is the ability to buy online and pick up in store. And so they're really trying to close this gap. But that also helps lift their in-store sales, which is, again, over 80-90% of the overall throughput of Walmart is still going through the store. For Macy's, they actually have a decent e-commerce business, but they're not opening up this marketplace. So now let's just go a little bit more into specifics, right? If Macy's has 3 or 4 million SKUs total on Macys.com, it's an estimate. It's probably less. They should have 10x that. They should have tens of millions of SKUs if you want to be able to compete with Amazon. And just think about what that would mean for Macy's. If they have internal buyers and those internal buyers are having to now go source 20 million products, buy 20 million products, stock them, put them in their balance sheet, and then resell those 20 million products, just the logistics and like getting them to all the stores, it's just not going to happen. They're just never able to handle that level of scale. They're just trying to use their store model. What they're not saying is, if I really think of myself as a tech company, as an internet company selling products online, how would I do that? And then you would naturally say, well, I want more than 3 or 4 million SKUs online. I want to have 20 million SKUs. How could I get to 20 million SKUs? That is what the Macy's executives should be challenging themselves with internally. How do we get to 20 million SKUs in 12 months? 12 months. That should be the test. When Walmart bought Jet.com, they had 15 million SKUs online, pre-acquisition. Within 12 months of buying Jet.com, Walmart had 60 million SKUs, 60. They added 45 million SKUs worth of inventory. They didn't add 45 million SKUs worth of inventory by buying 45 million SKUs themselves. No, they let third-party sellers come and sell stuff on Jet, on Walmart, and build out that product catalog. There's no reason why Macy's should not be able to cross 10 million plus SKUs within 12 months. There's no reason if they embrace the marketplace model. Now start to figure that now, then work backwards from that. Think about all the choice that brings to the Macy's customer. It completely throws their logistics and fulfillment and all of that into an absolute nightmare, but you got to do it because that's what the customer wants. And if you don't give the customer what they want, then they go to Amazon and you're going to get destroyed, as we're seeing. I think JCPenney is down like 50% right now. These retailers are in a death spiral unless they embrace a marketplace model. Thanks for watching our latest clip. If you enjoy the content we're creating on Winner Take All, please feel free to leave us a comment, subscribe, and definitely join us on our next live stream.